There's a specific moment every high performer knows. The stakes climb, the room narrows, and suddenly your mind is loud. Too loud. 100 thoughts fire at once. What if this fails? What did they mean by that? What's the next move? Why can't I think? And in that noise, you make the wrong call. Or you make no call at all. Most people believe the answer is to think harder, to pack more analysis into the moment, to run every scenario twice. But watch anyone who performs under real pressure. A surgeon mid-operation, a founder in a crisis, a fighter in the final round. And you'll notice something strange. They get quieter, not slower. Quieter. Their minds go still while everyone else's goes loud. That stillness isn't a personality trait. It's a trained state, and it may be the single most underrated skill in high performance, the ability to empty the mind precisely when everything around you is trying to fill it. Pressure doesn't break you with a single blow. It breaks you by flooding you. When the stakes rise, your brain does something well-intentioned and destructive at the same time. It tries to protect you by generating more scenarios, more warnings, more what-ifs. It mistakes volume for safety. The problem is that a crowded mind has no room left to see. Think of a cup. Its usefulness isn't in the ceramic. It's in the hollow, the empty space that can actually hold something. A mind packed wall to wall with thought is a cup already full. Pour a decision into it and it spills. Nothing lands. This is the failure mode nobody talks about. The trader who watches the screens so intently, he misses the one number that matters. The leader so busy rehearsing what to say that he never hears the room. The competitor whose head is so loud he can't feel the opening right in front of him. They aren't failing from a lack of effort. They're failing from a surplus of it. Epictetus put it plainly. We are disturbed not by events, but by our judgments about them. Under pressure, those judgments multiply until they drown out the event itself. The noise isn't reality, it's your commentary on reality, standing between you and the one thing you actually need to perceive. Here's the reframe most people miss. We treat a quiet mind as an absence, as nothing happening. So we distrust it. When it goes still, we think we've stopped working, and we rush to fill it again. But emptiness isn't the absence of value. It's often where the value lives. The Taoists understood this centuries ago. The wheel turns on the hollow at its center. The room is useful because of the space inside it, not the walls. A still mind works the same way. The stillness is not you doing nothing. It's you clearing the channel so that signal can finally move through it. Watch a great decision maker under pressure and you'll see this. They don't add, they subtract. They strip the moment down to what actually matters and let the rest fall away. Marcus Aurelius trained this deliberately. He taught himself to ask of every thought, is this necessary? Most are not. And every unnecessary thought you drop is space returned to you. This is why calm people win under pressure, not because they feel less, because they carry less. They've built the discipline to keep the mind spacious when the situation is trying to cram it full. Stillness, for them, isn't a mood that shows up on good days. It's a position they take on purpose. When the mind goes still, 3 things return that pressure had taken. First, perception. A loud mind can only hear itself. A quiet one can finally take in what's actually in front of it. The shift in someone's tone, the detail that changes everything, the option that was there all along. Clarity isn't something you generate by thinking more. It's something you uncover by thinking less. Second, timing. Panic collapses time. It convinces you that you must act now, immediately, or lose everything. Stillness restores the pause, that half-second of space between what happens and how you respond. Seneca warned that the mind under passion moves faster than judgment can follow. The quiet mind slows the moment down just enough to choose instead of react. Third, presence. Under pressure, most people are somewhere else, rehearsing the future, replaying the past. A still mind is here, in the only place where action is actually possible, and presence, not intensity, is what performance is made of. None of this requires you to feel calm. That's the part people get wrong. You don't wait for the storm to pass and then think clearly. You learn to hold a small pocket of stillness inside the storm, and to act from there while everything around you stays loud. So how do you build this? Not with more information, with practice, the way you'd train any other capacity. Start before the pressure, not during it. Stillness is a muscle, and the moment of crisis is not when you build muscle, it's when you spend it. A few minutes each day of doing nothing on purpose, no phone, no input, just sitting with a quiet mind, teaches your nervous system that empty is safe, not threatening. Then it's available when you need it. Second, learn to name the noise. When the mind floods, don't fight it. Label it. That's a story. That's a prediction. That's fear, not fact. Naming a thought creates distance from it, and distance is space. Third, return to the body and the breath. The fastest door out of a crowded mind is the physical present. One slow breath is not a cliché, it's a hard reset that interrupts the spiral and hands you back the pause. And last, subtract on purpose. Before a high-stakes moment, don't ask what more you can prepare. Ask what you can drop. What thought, what worry, what unnecessary weight can you set down so you walk in lighter? The goal is not an empty head. It's a clear one, room enough to meet the moment as it actually is. The people who stay effective when the pressure climbs are not the ones who think the most. They're the ones who've learned to think cleanly, to keep a still center while the situation goes loud. Stillness isn't weakness, and it isn't retreat. It's the quiet room inside you where good decisions are still possible. The noise will always come. That part you don't control. What you can build is the space to meet it, a mind with room left to see. Train the stillness now in the quiet, so it's there when it counts. Because under real pressure, the loudest mind rarely wins. The quiet one does.